Hello beautiful people, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to make a trending Zara cap with ruffles. This is another way of making ruffles which you can use as an embellishment for your Zara cap or for your turban, for wherever headwear you want to use it for. I have made my Zara cap for my fabric. So for this project you need just about a yard of fabric, and you can use any fabric of choice. So for mine, I'm using this fabric. I'm using the stretchy taffeta. You can use any fabric of choice, be it stretchy or not stretchy. So I have a tutorial that shows how to make a Zara cap. You can check that on my channel if you don't know that yet. So my Zara cap is made already, and this is what I have. So now I'm going to add on to the piece of fabric which I'm going to be using for the design. Okay, so I have a piece of fabric, and from one end this way, this measures 60 inches. It measures 60 inches this way. Okay, and the width, the length of the fabric is 60 inches, so I left the 60 inches flat. So the width is 15 inches. I have 15 inches width, while the length is 60 inches. I have 60 inches as the length. So this is the right side of the fabric facing up. I'm going to fold in half this way, and I'm going to stitch from one end like this down to the other end. Okay, after which I'm going to turn it inside out. So I've stitched from one end to the other end, and I'm going to turn the right side of the fabric out. Give this a good press. I will iron it out and then we proceed. So I've turned it inside out and I've ironed it out. As you can see, I didn't make it too flat. Okay, so I have the stitch part facing down right now, and I'm going to mark from here. I'll mark 3 inches. That's from the edge of the fabric to the center. I do 3 inches. From the other side of the fabric, I do 3 inches as well. So in between I have about 1 inch. So I'm going to do the markings like that from here all the way down. All the way down, and even connect the lines if I want to. Okay, so as you can see, from this end to this center is 3 inches. From this other end to the center here is 3 inches, and I have about 1 inch, not up to 1 inch distance in between the lines. So I've done that all the way down. I did that all the way down, and I've connected the lines as you can see. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to mark from this edge here. I'm going to measure about 4 inches and mark. I'll measure about 4 inches and mark. From here to here is 4 inches. I'll come to this other side and I'm going to do the same. I'll mark 4 inches. From here to here is 4 inches, and from here to here is 4 inches. Okay, so I have crinoline, the small crinoline. The width is about 3 inches. Okay, the width is about 3 inches. So, and the length, this is about 4 yards. Okay, so I'm going to be fixing the crinoline on these two sides. Remember, we marked 3 inches here and 3 inches here. Is for us to have a casing for our crinoline. So I will run crinoline from here like this all the way down. I'll do so from here. And now this mark that I have here, this 4 inches mark, is the starting point, is where the crinoline will be starting from. All right, and this one we have at this other end is where the crinoline will be ending. Is where the crinoline will be ending. So I'll take this to my sewing machine now. Before I proceed to insert my crinoline, I'll stitch from one end, from here like this, on the lines all the way down. I stitch on this second line like this all the way down. All right, so I've stitched on the lines, as you can see, from one end to the other end. So what you will do is you make sure that the crinoline you want to use, the width is the same as this casing you've created here. All right, it should be the same as the casing you want to create. So for me, I have about 3 inches, so I have about 3 inches here. It's not really up to 3 inches for my crinoline, so I had to correct that on my fabric as well, so that it will work well for me. So now I'm going to be putting my crinoline inside here all the way down, and inside this other side all the way down. But my crinoline will be starting from this 4 inches mark that I put here, and it will end on the 4 inches mark that we have on this other side. So I'm going to start now by inserting my crinoline. I'll fold my crinoline in like this and fold this way, and I'll be using my tweezer to make it faster. Okay, whichever way you feel you can do yours, please go ahead and do so. So I'll just go ahead and insert like that all the way down. So I've inserted my crinoline. I'll just spread it well. So when I get here, I just go ahead and cut this off, because the tweezer, just cut this off because automatically the tweezer damages this part, so I don't need it. So I'll just cut it off, and now push the crinoline down, push it back inside onto where I have the 4 inches mark. So I'll just go ahead and use my pin to hold in that right there, so that it doesn't move away while I do the second side. Okay, so I come to this side, straightening up like this, and I'm going to use my pin to hold it down right here while I cut off the excess. Remember that I said your crinoline should start on the 4 inches line and end on the 4 inches line on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on this other side. I will insert my crinoline, and then we'll come back to continue with the next step. I've inserted the crinoline inside. You will notice that I made some stitches on this part. I discovered that the crinoline is a little bit smaller than my casing, so I had to just do a stitch on it a little bit away from the edge so as to hold it really tight. Okay, your crinoline must actually move to this side of the fabric. All right, so now what we'll do is this: we'll go ahead and fold in this edge like this and stitch. I'll do the same on this other side. I fold in the edge and I stitch. Okay, so I've folded in the edges here and stitch. I did the same on the other end. So now this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to form kissing pleats on the center of this, on this fabric. So we just fold like this, starting from the 4 inch mark. So just watch how I'm going to be forming pleats. Kissing pleats, that's you pleat this way, then you come like this and pleat this way. Okay, so I come this way and I form my pleat. Pin it down. I do the same one piece, one pleat faces here, the other pleat faces the other side. Okay, and this faces this way, while this will face here. So that's just how I'm going to pleat it all the way there. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and stitch on this center while I pleat. So having done that, this is what we have. I have done the kissing pleat, and I'm just going to take my needle and thread from this end to this other end to gather it up a little. Please make sure that your thread is doubled like 3 times. I doubled this like twice, okay, so that it won't cut while working. So I'll just run my stitches the center. I'll just pull it together. Pull it together very well. Can you see? And that forms our ruffles. Just put it together, and I'm going to just go ahead and tack. So I put it together, can you see? And then attach it to my cap, and you could have it at the back if you want to. It could be at the back and it will really look so lovely, and you could have it at the side. Okay, so let's tack it at the side. So how do you get the part that'll be perfect for it? So from the back, where we have the stitch at the back, just measure about 6 to 7 inches. I have 6 inches here, and I have marked. Okay, so it's going to be staying on the left hand side. If you want it to be on the right hand side, mark 6 inches from here. But because this is going to be staying on the left hand side, I did 6 inches from there. And if you're measuring from this side, we are doing about 15 to 16 inches as well, depending on the edge circumference. So I'll just place this way like this, and I'm going to go ahead and tack. Go ahead and tack like we normally do. Just tack neatly. Like this. And I'll tap properly. So having done that, you can go ahead and embellish with accessories or wherever you want to embellish your hat with. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please let me like, comment, and share this video with others, and leave a comment below and let me know where you're watching this video from, so I can give you a shout out in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.